Alrighty. Peace and blessings, family. This is your brother Najee Muhammad, and today we're going to get into Survival 101, or at least how I'm prepared to survive pretty much not any situation that comes my way, because you can never be 100% prepared, but I'm preparing to encounter any type of situation that me and my family may face. And with all of this, I believe I got a fair shot. So, first, a bit about why I've been inspired to really invest into the survival of myself and my family. First and foremost, I want to live, and I do not want my life to be cut short, of course, if it pleases God. And I've been warned not only by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but by my own family, my mother, my father, that we have to prepare for the worst to come. And, I've even warned myself at times, many times, over and over and over. And I remember I was a young teenager for years. I said, I want to get a generator. I want to get my own generator. And now we got 4. So this is just something that's, been like a childhood dream of mine to get to this point. And I still see myself just taking off even further and further. So we're gonna start off with essentials. So obviously you need food, you need water. Food and water is something that we cannot live without. Therefore, what we have here, gallons of water. So obviously a great affordable way to start storing water is by getting gallons. They're usually like $1.25 at Dollar Tree. This is a method that I will say can be effective. However, microplastics and so many other problems can happen with the gallons of water. Microplastics can actually leach into your water supply if it gets too hot and if it stays in there way too long. So we don't really want that. There's another alternative that I will go into it. It's in my survival bags. So actually, what I'm gonna do, before I go back to the food and water segment of this video, I'm just gonna point everything out. So these are my survival bags. That's our tri-fuel generator. These are our electric generators. Behind me, we have a solar panel that powers the electric generators. And this is the food right here. And I have so much in these survival bags. But back to the food. So, yes, like I was saying, you can get gallons of water, and that is a great way to start. For our food, there's so many different ways how you can prepare food. If you've ever heard of canning, you can can your food. It's a pressure canner or a water bath canner, where according to the pH of your food, you have to put it in either one of those canners. So usually like your fruits, your vegetables, and then your starches, they're gonna be categorized. I forgot which belongs to which canner, but it's according to the pH. And right here what I have is just some black beans. Usually you'll see that they can last a couple of years, or at least 1 year in a can. The expiration date on this one, it says best used by March 22nd, 2027. So we still got a little bit of time, but I've had this probably since 2025. So that's that. We have right here freeze-dried navy beans. This is from SOS. This is a Muslim black-owned business who I have done business with, and they have given me 40 pouches of freeze-dried navy beans in this bucket. And what if I told you they can last for 25 years? That's right, 25 years. So they can last for that long. My children will be able to eat from some of these bags. You see, the technology with freeze drying, you preserve 90 or more % of the original food's nutrients by freeze drying it and sucking out all the moisture and putting it into a pouch. And therefore you extend its shelf life astronomically. So that's that. And I have 40 of these. I want 80, I want 120, I want 500 of these bags, because this is the future, really. If I can't do it myself, why not support my own black brother and sister who's doing it? Shout out to SOS Survivor. So that's them. And if you're on a budget, because this stuff can get pricey, I highly recommend, if you have a Dollar Tree in your area, to get these pouches. These pouches cost $1.25 each. It's rice. It's similar to freeze drying, however, it's still moisture inside, so it doesn't last as long. But I've had these for a couple months as well, and they can last till July of 2027 and August of 2027. And you can eat it right out the bag. That's something that I find that is very, very not only cost effective, but just effective in general. If you're on the run, that's the purpose of the to-go bags. So you have the ability to just open it, eat it, and not even have to cook it. Like, it's not hard rice. It's not hard rice at all. So that's that. That's pretty much it for our food section right here. This is just a little side note. I have this book. It's called No Grid Survival Projects. It teaches you basically how to preserve food, water, how to garden, fire, surveillance, protection, all of that stuff in this book. And I thought it was very, very important to add it to this video. So also adds, like, I believe they talk about like how to cook, how to have generators, how to get more into building, a whole bunch of things related to carpentry. That's another time, but yes, it's a very great book. Speaking on gardening, I would love to garden and be a farmer, really, on a large scale. Right now, we grow different types of berries, blackberries, strawberries. We've grown raspberries, blueberries, grow different types of grapes. What else do we grow? We grow peaches, we grow ginger, turmeric, different types of mint, or not different types of mint, sorry, different types of herbs such as mint, rosemary, oregano, and so much more. Tomatoes. So, but it's on a small scale. You know, we're kind of working with not as much space as I would like, but gardening is also essential to survival. So, what we have right here are our generators. Our generators right here. We're gonna start with the electric generators. This little one right here is the EV3A, and all three of these generators come from Bluetti. So what I love about these, they're portable, they're electric, so it's not necessarily a hazard for you to use them as a power source inside of your home. Unlike the tri-fuel uses gasoline, it uses propane, and it uses natural gas, which can be hazardous and lethal. So you don't want to use that inside your actual home. We're going to look at the EV3A. This one comes with a flashlight. See me shining at y'all. It comes with AC and DC outputs. We have two regular charger outputs right here. We have a car charger output right here. We have two USB and a Type-C right here. And what I love about it, you can charge your phone on top of it. I wish I could show you, but I'm filming with my phone right now. So that's the EV3A, and it can go up to about 800 watts. So this is like a basic generator for, like, say a storm. You would just want to charge your phone, but it can't really do much more than that. But it's small, lightweight, and portable. Right here, I just bought this one because I've had the EV3A since I was like a junior in high school. I'm now heading into my junior year of college. This right here is the Bluetti Elite 100 V2. I believe that's the name of it. Yep, the Elite 100 right here. And this goes to 1800 watts. So this one can power your refrigerator, it can power coffee machine, air fryer, things like that are more heavy duty. And so can this AC 180 right here. These have the same amount of wattage, both sitting at 1800 watts. The only difference is size. This is a more portable model to the AC 180. And I highly recommend getting an electric generator and a gasoline one as well, because you want to be versatile. You want to have different ways how you can power your home. This one I'm going to be using with me to travel. You know, it can be used for so many different things. Camping, just surviving, worst come to worst, so much. And instead of 2 power outputs like the EB3A, we have 4 on the Elite 100 and the AC 180. So, man, tell me if I'm squinting a lot, y'all, because that light is bright, but I need it to be. So, yes, we also have 2 Type-Cs, 2 USBs, a car charger, and that's new. I've never seen that before. It says DC PV input, but the point is these things are very great for powering just about almost anything you need in your house. Now, as far as what if all the electricity goes out and you can't recharge these things? Well, I'm glad you asked. We have a solar panel right here. So it connects via a cord that comes with most of these generators. So it connects with this cord right here. You plug it in right into the generator, and then in the back of solar panels, these things are actually portable. That's what I love about these. This is only a 100-watt solar panel. I want to get the 350-watt solar panel because it's way more powerful and it can charge your generators way quicker. The bigger generators, it would take days for this little thing to charge it, and that's just, it's not gonna be quick enough for me. You know, if you get up to like 1,000 watts worth of solar panel power, you can charge these bad boys in 70 minutes. And they charge really quick when you plug them into a wall. So, this thing's portable in a bag, but you connect via this little pouch here. Right here. And then you just flip it open, put it out in the sun, and it's as simple as that. So I thought that was always pretty handy. I was like, yo, I always wanted to get solar panels. I always wanted to have my own energy and not, you know, necessarily be in need of it from Georgia Power. Yep. Bear with me, y'all. Okay. So yes, those are generators, but our Furman generator can go to about 8,000 to 10,000 watts. So that's very powerful. That should be able to power a home. So what you should do is choose the most effective source of fuel for you. Certain fuels, because it's tri-fuel, it has 3, the gasoline, the propane, and the natural gas. I believe the gasoline is the most powerful, so you can get the most watts. But do what's most effective for you and hook it up to your house. You know, from there it should be able to just turn on everything. Literally just turn on everything. TV, fridge, ovens, lights, everything. So now we're gonna get into the survival bags. Right here, this one is with me at college, so excuse me. This one's with me at college. Got 2 water bottles right here on the sides. The definition of a go bag, y'all, is in the case of any type of natural disaster emergency or where you and your loved ones are in danger, you need it to go bad. You need a bag that will have food and water for you to carry you to at least the next day, at least. So you could run, you could do what you need to do, live another day. In here, I have, it's my Energizer light, another flashlight, goes up to like 1,500 lumens. That's like a brightness measurement, I believe. I have some bandages. Someone open them. Not gonna lie, obviously. Bandages. In this plastic bag here, I have the lint-like material that comes from your dryer. And you may ask why. I have all of this because it's easily flammable. And in an emergency situation, that's just what I want. If I need to cook a fire, if I need to create a fire to cook food for my family or myself, or if I need fire to stay warm, I need something to start a fire. And how can I start a fire with just that? Well, I'm glad you asked. In here, I have my fire starter right here. This is my fire starter right here. This is steel. These things are usually called flint and steel because you can literally just stroke at it and sparks come off. And once this touches something flammable, fire just comes out. And this rope right here is designed to catch on fire too, so the fire doesn't go out. And you just maintain a fire somewhere so that you can put it on whatever you're trying to light. So I can literally just and literally get a fire. 1, 2, 3. I highly recommend this tool for everyone. I have 2 of these. One in my bag that goes to college with me and the one that stays home with me. All right, so that's that. This is something very special. This is a sleeping bag because imagine this, you're on the run, right? And you're in some cold tundra-like terrain, or not even tundra, just somewhere really cold. Say you're in Chicago or New York, and you need to stay warm. Well, Sierra Madre has made a portable, inexpensive bag, and no, this is not a sponsor, where it's made out of, if I'm not mistaken, astronaut material, to where it just keeps warmth in and it reflects the heat back onto you in the sleeping bag. And it can go up to like 6 feet or more, so it can fit a pretty large sized individual. And yeah, man, it's portable, and I love this thing. So I know I'll be warm at night if I'm on the run. This right here, this is my filter straw. So back to when I was talking to you guys about why gallons of water is an option. Water is just easily contaminated, and if I can get this thing out the box, this is a great way to combat contaminants. This is the survival filter. It's literally a straw where you can slurp water, and it filters out the microplastics, the lead, the microorganisms, bacteria. It filters out so many different things, and it costs roughly $40 or so, but I love this thing. But this I highly recommend because literally you could go up to a creek in the woods, slurp from it, and you'd be fine. Like literally, I'm telling you, this thing will filter out all of those bad guys in that water that would otherwise just mess you up. So that's that. Let's make some organization happen out here. I have hygiene. I have toothbrush, deodorant, comb, because hey, we have to smell and look good while we're out there too. Have hand warmers, different types of means, floss, have chapstick, I have a backup lighter. Yep, still work. What else do I have in here? I have cotton. I will say that the dryer lint is not really environmentally safe or approved to be when you light it. So I will always light it in like little amounts so that I'm not really breathing in whatever things I'm burning. And then I would just directly, like from lighting a fire on the lint, I would get some leaves and then burn that because that's more natural. I will recommend getting fire plugs because fire plugs are natural and it's wind and water resistant. So you could still light a fire if some wind or water gets on it. So literally, those are so good. I have spare underwear because you want to be clean. And just because I said that, let me pull these out. I got spare socks as well. And my other to-go bag is obviously bigger, so I have more room to fit things. I have a whole outfit in here. But in this one, I just have the underwear and socks. I have some of my dried navy beans in here because, like I said, you do need food. And you know I have the water as well. I have soap, more hand warmers. What else do I have? Batteries, because my flashlight is battery powered. Also, I have a whistle, just in case if you need to signal something or get someone's attention. You never know what type of situation you're gonna be in, so you need to be prepared for it all. Yep, navy beans. Let's see. I have 3 pouches right there. I have some in the front right here as well. And I have more of those rice packs in the front. The navy beans right here. This was from a palm tree in Arizona. I remember that. I left it in there. And that's pretty much it in this bag. The only other thing that I haven't pulled out, I have like face masks. I have a knife if you need to cut something. More batteries. More batteries. These things are really good. Kind of folded up, but hey, I'm not complaining. It's there to use. Batteries. Ooh, even have pumpkin seeds. These are great protein source, especially for me because I'm pescatarian. So, and that's pretty much it. That's in the bag. I just have more batteries, some shoelaces, because I wanted to find another creative way how to make a fire using a bow drill, and it's a bow literally creating friction making fire, and you would need shoelace. But that's it for this survival bag. Now we're gonna get into this one. So now we're gonna open this to-go bag right here as we conclude the video. So obviously this one is bigger. You don't want them to be too big, so you're carrying something super heavy, you know. You want it to be lightweight, compact. And I will say that this one may have a little bit more in here. Again, got the freeze-dried food. I got some freeze-dried broccoli in this one. I will say also, when it comes to your food, you want to get something that is high in protein, you know, some healthy good fats or something like that, because just stocking up on food, you know, it's a science to it. Because if you just stock up on like fruits or like chips or something that's not really super sustainable, even if it's like fruits or vegetables, something healthy, you need protein. That's what your body needs to survive. You need healthy good fats. You need things that'll, you know, keep your body in proportion and good weight as much as possible. So highly recommend getting something high in protein. Energy bars is also something good. I have some little bars in here. I really should be getting some better quality ones, but I think at the time I just, you know, just threw what I had in there. And you can't really be picky when you're in a survival situation, you know, because you can eat what you eat, and what's available is what's available. So, inside the bag, I have a lantern. I have, put my stuff over here for this bag. I have a headlight. This literally goes around your head, like so. It provides light. This thing is so cool. My mom got me both of these a couple years ago because she knew that I was always into this stuff. Shout out to her. Yesterday was her birthday. As I'm recording it, this is June 1st today. I have a knife in here because you may need this for cooking, you may need this for cutting, whatever it may be, wood, if you're trying to make fire, whatever. or you may need it for self-defense, but know exactly what you're doing with it is my point. Also, speaking of wood, we got some firewood there too. It's good to have firewood, you know, or if you have an axe or something to where you can actually chop wood yourself if you're in a wooded area. So that's a knife. Have a little water bottle, something that can carry water. I have little water bottles, and I have regular size water bottles as well. What else do I have in here? I have another fire starter. It comes in this pouch right here. Same thing with the flint and steel that I told you, just spark it. Yeah, it comes in this tube, so I have two. More water, hand warmers. Pretty much the same thing as the last bag. Here's the difference though. We have some steel wool. If you were to put a 9-volt battery up to it and rub it, it literally catches on fire. So this is a flammable resource. Worst come to worst though, because like I said, it's not natural. You don't want to be breathing in toxic fumes. So I really would suggest getting those fire plugs, even for myself, which is a next buy. Have some pencils, have some journals just in case if I want to write, because you gotta distract your mind as well. If you're in a certain location, you may want to document what you're going through. You may not have access to a phone, you know, and some people find peace and solace in writing. Even more AA batteries, AAA batteries for all my lights. What else? I got lighters. Also, first aid. That is something else that I had in, not that survival bag, this one right here. I mean, it's a little first aid kit pouch. It's not really gonna do much to save someone's life. However, it was really small. I think I misplaced it, but I cannot highlight first aid enough. We have to know how to perform CPR. We just have to know how to do basic first aid, because you do not want to be caught in a situation where someone is hurt. No one. Hurt, bleeding out, injured, broken bones, nothing like that. So that's that. First aid. Where's my first aid kit? I swear thought it was in here. Guess not though. It's all good. So we move on over here. That's it in this bag. I just have some cotton right here. Cotton's a little bit more natural, especially when it's 100% cotton. We also have, as I conclude, this right here. Oh man, I got an old New York Knicks hat right here. Go Knicks. They're about to face Spurs in the finals. Got some underwear, got a washcloth right here, because you want to be clean. I got a shirt. And then in here as well, I have a little jumpsuit and another pair of underwear. So it's kind of just jumbled in there, but it was folded partially, so. Definitely want some clean clothes, you know, if you want to ditch the clothes you had on when you left with the to-go bag, definitely. Some clean clothes do you some good. And then I also have, it's a little map or something. I try to get as many little maps as possible because they have highway routes. They have highway routes on them. And you want to know your area, you want to know your directions. Definitely, you need to know them well. Okay, on this side, this is the last section of this survival bag, last like little pouch. Hygiene, toothbrushes, deodorant, toothpaste. I do not use Colgate at all. I don't use fluoride. However, for emergency situations, I just threw the little toothpastes that I received at my dentist in here. For worst come to worst, pack of soap, got some hand sanitizer. What else we got? Lotion, chapstick, floss, those little things, so. All right, a lot was uncovered in this video, a lot. And I've been meaning to do this video for the past roughly 2 months now. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I look forward to growing my survival skills and growing my storage of necessities, things that I need to survive, whatever's coming. And I thank you all for watching. I just want to share this video out with the world, with friends, family, and so many other people to not only inspire you, but to teach you. And it's so important to learn. We should learn from each other. So if there's anything else that you guys may like to know, or if there's anything that you know and you could share, it is important to share that. Especially with the way this country is going, we do not know what is next. So I just wanted to share my piece with you all. Thank you all for watching, and take care. Let's prepare.